today. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. Jackson and the Indianapolis Colts taking on Cam Newton and the Cincinnati Bengals.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. This is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Jackson now to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by a late signee this year, their 31-year-old quarterback. It's Cam Newton.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. First carry for Raheem Mostert. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League in his 3rd season now from Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions, right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week: 16 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Complete.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. At the Bengals.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45.
At the 44-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku.
That's good.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
That is definitely what we call a defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's Johnson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
On 3rd down, Jackson completing it to the right side. Johnson. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. To throw is Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Number 31.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 25 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A gain of 9 yards.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
The ball carrier.
Taron Johnson made the stop.
At the 41. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 41, Newton quickly into the hands of Waller. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On first down, they go with Mostert again. And some room to work. The 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about